Hi, I'm David Johnson, a pastor of New Tabor Brethren Church here in Caldwell, Texas. This is Bible Boost. Welcome. Now today I want to share with you something called consequences and the consequences of having your belief and your will. Now, Genesis chapter 1 and verse 27, God speaks of us. It says, so God created mankind in His own image. In the image of God, He created them. Male and female, He created them. We are special in creation. There's no creation higher than humanity. What an honor that is. God has invested Himself in us. I mean, there's things that we can do that baffle the mind. I saw some technology the other day. It was some drones. Elon Musk had a big thing in Austin where he opened up his truck making factory, and people were celebrating. A lot of big wigs and VIPs I saw from a distance, and they were all out there. And something happened. I mean, in the sky appeared this human face, and then it began to move and go around in a circle, so we could see that it was three-dimensional. And I thought, what is that? And when I realized what it was probably 1,000 drones that all had a specific thing programmed in them with lights and colors to make the face of a man appear about 200 feet over a building. I thought, that is insane. We've taken skywriting to another level. The drones were probably as big as my book here, and all of them were perfectly synchronized. And I remember thinking about my mom and dad. I thought, my mom and dad never saw that. Mom and dad have gone to be with the Lord. They never experienced that. What are my children and grandchildren going to experience that I don't know anything about or won't ever see on this planet? You see, God has created us in His image and likeness. That is unlimited imagination. We are special. And God's given us something even higher than technology, a will. No other animal in creation, nothing else has a will that they as powerful as ours. So with the gift of will comes a responsibility and a consequence that we should live up to. But yet we have people who say, I know what's best for me, okay? I know what's best for me. I want to follow my path. I want to follow my journey, and I want to walk in my beliefs. Now, there's a problem with that. The Bible tells us to lean not to our own understanding, but in all of our ways acknowledge Him, and He'll direct our path, our journey. See, we use our will to disobey God. This is a tragedy. We should bring our will back and yield to God with our will. So we have got to learn to control our will and yield it to God the Father. So Satan has his role. He does. And he does certain things, but he can never control your will. That will always be yours. Doesn't that feel good? To know that I have the power within me to do what's right and to do what's wrong. So I want to encourage you to harness your will and understand that it's not Satan's will when you do wrong. I mean, it's not his fault. It is his will, but we need to yield to God and do God's will. Your own will is formal. It's free. You can do with it whatever you want to. You can do great things, you can do terrible things with your will. But we must bring it to submission to God. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26. Scripture tells us, if we deliberately keep on sinning after we have received the knowledge of the truth, no sacrifice for sins is left. And then James chapter 4 and verse 17 says, if anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. And of course, Luke 22 and 42, Jesus, He demonstrates to us what to do. Father, if you're willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but thine, yours be done. So I want to encourage you today to harness that will and understand, if you don't, there are consequences that are devastating for your eternity, okay? Let's give our will back to God, not mine, but yours. Not what I want, but what you will, what you want. All right? God bless you. I'll see you next time here on Bible Boost. Have a great week.